Every character in Season 2 isn't just moving the story forward, they're speaking without words. Luffy, for example, isn't just the energetic captain. His small gestures reveal his growing understanding of leadership. In several scenes, you'll notice the way he pauses before making a decision, the slight tilt of his head, or the way he observes his crew during battles. These moments aren't random. They show how he's learning to read people and situations, hinting at the strong captain he's slowly becoming. Even in moments of humor, his expressions are layered with subtle cues about his thought process. Zoro, meanwhile, carries his history in every scar and in the way he handles his swords. His movements aren't just for fighting, they communicate a lifetime of discipline and personal struggle. Watch carefully how he positions himself in every battle. Sometimes he stands slightly behind, letting Luffy take the lead, and sometimes he steps forward decisively, silently telling the audience that he's the backbone of the crew. There's a quiet, almost invisible rhythm to his interactions, showing his loyalty, patience, and confidence. Nami and Usopp also hide a lot beneath their playful exteriors. Nami's expressions often hint at her inner calculations and concerns, while Usopp's exaggerated reactions sometimes foreshadow moments of unexpected bravery. The way they glance at their surroundings or react to subtle changes in the environment can tell you more about their personalities than dialogue ever could. Small gestures like Nami biting her lip when planning, or Usopp's nervous shifting are repeated patterns that reveal layers of their character development. Then there's teamwork, which is sprinkled subtly across almost every episode. You might have noticed that during battles, the crew often moves in patterns that seem unplanned, yet they're perfectly synchronized. This isn't just animation flair. It's a deliberate nod to their growing cohesion as a team. Look for tiny nods like a glance exchanged between Luffy and Zoro, or Nami's subtle repositioning to support Usopp. These silent communications hint at future alliances and conflicts, showing Oda's genius in writing characters who evolve naturally while remaining consistent. Even in chaotic moments, these details tell a story about trust, strategy, and the invisible threads that connect the Straw Hats. Season 2 is full of these hidden character nuances, and paying attention to them makes the world feel alive. It's in these small, almost invisible moments that Oda's storytelling shines. Every gesture, glance, and action carries meaning, whether it's showing loyalty, hinting at a backstory, or foreshadowing future plot twists. Rewatching with this lens transforms ordinary scenes into intricate lessons in character design, behavior, and emotional storytelling. Season 2 of One Piece is packed with background details that most viewers barely notice. But these tiny elements can completely change the way you see a scene. In many episodes, even the most ordinary-looking settings are filled with secrets, references, and subtle foreshadowing. For example, the towns, marketplaces, and forests the crew travels through often contain objects or symbols that hint at future arcs or connect to past adventures. Look closely at a street scene, and you might spot a poster, a sign, or even a stray item that references an important character or upcoming plot point. These background elements act like breadcrumbs, rewarding fans who pay attention and rewatch the episodes carefully. Ships, in particular, are full of hidden storytelling details. When the Going Merry or other ships appear in the distance, the positioning of sails, flags, or even the waves around them can carry meaning. Sometimes a flag is turned in a certain way, hinting at the mood of the crew or foreshadowing a conflict. Even the background weather, whether clouds, sun, or storms, is never just decoration. A sudden dark cloud gathering over a calm scene, for instance, might hint at tension or an approaching challenge. These environmental cues often pass unnoticed because viewers are focused on the characters in the foreground, but they are carefully designed to enrich the story visually and emotionally. Season 2 also includes hidden nods to characters outside the main crew. Background figures, like townspeople, merchants, or guards, occasionally appear with small gestures or outfits that reference other arcs or characters. A merchant may be holding an item that later becomes significant, or a seemingly random passerby might wear clothing with a symbol associated with the Revolutionary Army or a pirate crew. These tiny details are Easter eggs for attentive fans, connecting different parts of the vast One Piece universe and giving subtle hints about the world's continuity. They reward viewers who notice patterns and symbols that others might dismiss as filler. Even props in the foreground are used cleverly. Crates, barrels, shop signs, and tools are rarely just for decoration. A crate might have a logo that fans recognize from a later episode, or a shop sign could reference a joke or event from Season 1. The placement of these items can also guide your attention, subtly highlighting characters' reactions or foreshadowing interactions that will become important later. In battle scenes, debris, rocks, and environmental objects are often carefully positioned to tell a story beyond the immediate fight. A thrown barrel or a falling leaf might seem insignificant, but its timing and placement can emphasize character, strength, highlight strategy, or even hint at hidden abilities. Another subtle touch is in the recurring visual motifs hidden throughout the scenery. Certain shapes, patterns, or symbols appear repeatedly in backgrounds, almost like a secret code. Fans have noticed that Oda loves to hide references to the main crew, future villains, or significant locations within these motifs. For instance, a distant island might show a unique rock formation that will later become a major plot location. Or a shadow in a marketplace could foreshadow the arrival of an important character. Even the smallest corner of a background can contain a visual nod that ties into the larger story. Paying attention to these hidden background details completely changes how you experience Season 2. Every street, forest, and ship isn't just scenery, it's a canvas where Oda places tiny hints, jokes, and symbols. These Easter eggs are like a secret layer of storytelling, giving fans a richer, more immersive experience. The more you look, the more you notice the clever ways Adam communicates story, character, and emotion beyond dialogue and action. Season 2 isn't just a series of adventures. It's a puzzle, and the backgrounds are full of pieces waiting to be discovered. Season 2 of One Piece isn't just about battles. An adventure, it's a masterclass in subtle storytelling. Many of the moments that seem small or ordinary are carefully crafted to deepen the plot and develop the characters. But these details can easily be missed on a casual watch. Take the dialogue, for example. Some lines may appear simple or comedic at first, but they often carry hidden hints about a character's motives or foreshadow future events. A joke one character makes about another might not just be for laughs, it can reveal insecurities, hidden strengths, or future rivalries. Oda often layers these small verbal cues so that viewers who pay attention are rewarded with a deeper understanding of the story. Another storytelling technique used in Season 2 is the pacing of events. Episodes are rarely just one scene after another. They are carefully structured to build tension, create anticipation, or plant seeds for future arcs. For example, a seemingly calm episode might include subtle moments of unease, like a shadow moving in the background or a character pausing slightly before speaking. These moments hint at upcoming challenges, creating a sense of suspense that becomes more apparent when the season is watched as a whole. Even transitions between scenes are meaningful. A cut from a cheerful marketplace to a dark forest, or from laughter to silence, isn't just visual, it's narrative, shaping how viewers feel and what they anticipate. Character interactions are another layer where storytelling details shine. Look closely at how crew members communicate without words. A glance exchanged between Luffy and Zoro, or a small gesture from Nami to Usopp, can reveal trust, concern, or even hidden plans. These subtle cues show that the characters are always reacting to each other's intentions, not just the immediate situation. They also foreshadow moments later in the story, hinting at how alliances will strengthen or conflicts may rise. Sometimes, these interactions are repeated in slightly different forms, which reinforces themes like loyalty, friendship, and growth without needing explicit dialogue. Season 2 also uses visual storytelling to enhance the narrative. Fight sequences, for instance, are choreographed not just for action, but for meaning. The placement of each strike, the timing of a dodge, or the way a character moves through the environment can reveal personality traits, strategies, or emotional states. Even the smallest detail, like a weapon held slightly differently or a footstep, timed to a pause in dialogue, is deliberate. These visual cues communicate information about the story without spelling it out.